Should you play The Elder Scrolls Online, or ESO for short? There are two answers for this question, yes and no. The obvious: if you are an MMO player who has played other MMOs for a long time, for example World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, Guild Wars, then the answer is no. You already play an MMO that has taken a lot of your time, has become a part of your life. What you feel at this moment searching for something different is the need to find something new that will give you the feeling of old, the feeling that you got when you began playing or when you reached the peak of your game. That you will not find. What you should do instead is to take a breather from your game. Stop playing it for a couple of days. Maybe take it slower. Instead of playing 3 hours, play 1. Maybe play a single player game in the meantime, or maybe play a completely different game from a different genre. Or maybe you smelly ass, go outside and touch some grass. If you are a new player of MMOs and you are searching for the game you want to spend your time in, then the answer is yes, you should play ESO. Now you should leave this channel and watch some better ones. Except Josh Strife Hayes won't speak about ESO because he does videos about bad MMOs. Hack the Minotaur, he is a good channel that you could watch and listen to what he has said. He is a long time ESO player, but if you want to stay and listen to my rambling, then thank you. I'm the Steel Merchant, and I will tell you what my HDHD allows me to tell you of why you should play ESO. Immediately I will begin with the obvious. If you played other Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, if you're a boomer, then you should play ESO, because it explores this world of Elder Scrolls. It explores the time before all of the mainline games and all of the side games. It also explores the places which main games haven't explored. For example, Elsewhere and Somerset Islands, and also places outside of Tamriel, like Cold Harbor, for example, or even more of Apocrypha. You should really play that because we don't know how long we'll wait for the Elder Scrolls 6 or the remake of Morrowind. I don't really care about Elder Scrolls 6. I want a remake of Morrowind, yeah. I'm in minority here, yeah. I don't care. The amount of content is big. It is the Elder Scrolls universe after all. There are many maps to explore, some of them bigger than others, some smaller. However, all of them have main quests and side quests, and some of the areas have daily quests. All of those quests are voice acted. Lack of voice acting, or rather the inconsistent voice acting, was one of the reasons I bounced off Final Fantasy XIV, although I liked that game. What's also good about ESO is that it is a buy-to-play game. So you buy it, you own it. However, of course, there is a way to gain a subscription, the ESO Plus subscription, that gives you, for example, a bag for resources, and gathering resources and use item management is a pain without it. So you will have to really be careful about that. Do I think it's worth it? Yes, I think it's worth it because it gives you all of the areas. It gives you crowns, the currency of the Elder Scrolls Online, and it gives you enough through the year that you should be able to buy all of the DLC areas, DLC regions, after a year of subscription. So you can pay for a year and then you get all of the expansions basically. And if you want to, if you don't care about resource management at all, that's a good way to get all of them, I think. But you should be aware of this, you know. I am not going to tell you to spend your money on this, because to be frank, you shouldn't spend money. You should just buy a game, buy expansions, and there shouldn't be any subscription like that. But that's just my opinion. The story of the games, we don't really care about the story, but sometimes we do. It depends on the region. The main storyline it's good, you know, it's nothing, it's not the best, it's no Mask of the Betrayer or Baldur's Gate 3, you know, but it's good for an MMO, it's good. The main stories of regions depends on the region. Vanderfell, Clockwork City, those are some great stories, and then it depends, you know, like for example, Daggerfall, I didn't care much about that. So yeah, like I said, it depends. There are many side quests, their stories also depend, some are good, some are bad, you know, some are meh. There's also side content like the daily quest I spoke about, and for example fishing or collecting furniture, crafting items, which gets me into the combat. How do I describe it? It depends. Yeah, much said here. I personally like it. It's quick, yeah, it's floaty, but it's a combat system that's simple, yet has depth because of the classes and the many ways to play them. You can adapt this combat system into your style of play. Do you want to jump in with melee weapons and just spin around and kill everyone in complete chaos that you don't know what is going on the screen? Yeah, you can play that way. You can play from a distance, doing heavy attacks with your magic stuff, summoning minions, summoning lightning, or shooting a bow. Yes, you can do that. So you can play this game both in a quick way and a slower way. It depends all on your playstyle. For example, do you want to stand in one place with shield high up, letting your enemies attack you and then you reflect all the damage on them so they destroy themselves? Yes, you can do that as well. So I cannot tell you about the combat because like in all games, you have to feel it. You have to find the way that you want to play, and ESO, whatever people may say about it, has options and has many of them. Combat depends much on the classes. There are 6 of them: Arcanist, Necromancer, Warden, Dragon Knight, Sorcerer, Nightblade and Templar. Immediately I will tell you that all of them are the GOAT. How? How can all of them be the GOAT? Because ESO is a combination of a class system of regular RPGs and a weapon leveling system like in New World. All classes have skill trees and all weapons have the skill trees of their own. A Warden, for example, has a line for healing, damage, and a line for tanking, frost damage and healing at the same time. I will not tell you much more about the classes. I could, but there are people who do a better job of it. For example, Hack the Minotaur, a great channel about ESO. Each class also deserves a better look. At first, however, take what sounds the coolest. All those classes work. Some are better healers, some are better damage dealers, some are better tanks, but they all work and can do anything if built correctly. That's thanks to weapons and items. Because of sword and shield and undaunted skill lines, you can make any class a tank. For example, a sorcerer can be a good tank, not as good as a dragon knight, but still good. An example of what you can do with classes is stamina. Yes, all classes have a stamina and a magicka option. Let's speak about a stamina warden healer. Yes, it is possible. Is it the best? No. But can he heal? Yes. Can you make a character, for example, that is good at everything? That can tank, damage and heal? Yes. Sorcerer solo build can do it all. Although your abilities are limited here, so much is possible here. Everything is possible here thanks to both weapons for stamina and magicka. The weapons for stamina being two-handed weapons, sword and shield, dual wield, bow, and for magicka, those weapons are the destruction staff, restoration staff. If a class lacks an ability, a weapon has it. Items play a big role, as they should. A good MMO, a good RPG cannot be good without good items. Weapons, armor, jewelry, ESO has them. About weapons I spoke before. Now, armor. ESO returns to the good time of Morrowind, so we have 3 classes of armor: light, medium and heavy, except it's missing the unarmored, but there aren't any items that you can use unarmored in ESO. All armors have their bonuses. Light and heavy armors have their cons as well. However, what's most important about armor is that, just like in other Elder Scrolls, it comes in pieces. This is important as ESO plays around with a system of item sets. Those sets have different bonuses. Some give you more health, some give you more magicka or stamina, enhance your damage or defense. Some yet give you higher critical chance, and yet some others give you an effect for having all the pieces. For example, a full set of items can give you a damage bonus and then summon a creature to help you fight for some time. Item sets come in different amount of pieces. Most are 5 pieces sets, some are 3, some 2, and there are even 1 piece sets. No, not this 1 piece. 1 piece sets which change completely how the game plays. Because of the amount of classes, amount of abilities, weapons and item sets, there is a huge amount of options. Do you for example want to make a tank who isn't completely useless in a fight, that he does some damage? Put a mythic item on him that gives you 70% more damage against monsters, and suddenly you can both tank and dish out some damage to the boss. Options are many, and the incoming patch, which will allow subclassing, will give those already great options insane amounts of them. However, returning to the items which obtaining is all the fun to many players, item sets are not equal. Some are better than others. Trial sets, which are only obtainable from trial raids of 12 players, are obviously the strongest. However, items earned from dungeons are also good, especially those 2 pieces sets from veteran dungeons, which need greater deal of cooperation from all 4 players. There are also weapon sets obtained from arenas, or so-called solo trials. And last but definitely not least, there are craftable sets, which are equal to those obtained from dungeons, sometimes are even better than them. This leads me to crafting. Crafting in ESO is simple but takes time. Sadly, the lack of infinite storage for non-subscription players is a big con of ESO, and I feel like it is a spit to the face of many players. I really cannot recommend this. This should be changed. Crafting allows you to craft different items, the armor, weapons, jewelry. It is made at crafting stations. Each set has its own crafting station. Items to create require to be researched. That is done by researching an item with a trait. In the process of research, an item is destroyed. Don't mix it up with deconstruction, which is the way to deconstruct items to get back some resources, and it is the best way to level up crafting. So basically you research traits, you deconstruct, you level up your skill lines, and then you create items. Simple. And there are many crafting lines. Clothing, so light and medium armor. Blacksmithing, so heavy armor and weapons like axes and swords. Woodworking, so bows, staffs and shields. Jewelry, so amulets and rings. Alchemy, runes, food. All those crafting lines are useful. All those items, potions, food that gives you long-term bonuses to health, stamina, mana, they all help with something I spoke a little bit earlier. Content. Not regular content like main quests or side quests. Those are easy. I speak here about the group content, about the dungeons, the trials, or the solo content like the arenas. All of them require items and skill, especially the veteran content, way more difficult but also way more rewarding. This group content, if you are good enough, can be done solo, yes. Even the veteran dungeons, at least some of them can be done solo. Group content happens with players, of course. So how are the players in ESO? They are surprisingly friendly. Of course there are some assholes, some bad apples, but I found, after having played some MMOs, I will not say that I played them all or many of them, I played some. In ESO, the players were most friendly, yes, I can say that without lying to you. Right now I have to say that I'm sorry, because if you ever try to play this game, I just cursed you, because I say that ESO players are good, and I surely have brought the curse of bad players upon you, so I'm sorry for that. So for the other form of fun in gaming, the dreaded roleplay. I cannot believe I'm talking about it. Roleplay. It's here. It's in ESO, it has a whole vast universe behind it to pull from it. Basically the map of Alienor is infested with role players, so yeah, they are here. If that's your thing, yeah, you can role play in this game. There are many people doing it. Is ESO worth playing for a new gamer searching for an MMO? Yes, in my opinion it is worth your time. However, I will not say that different MMOs aren't worth your time. They are. This is my opinion as an ESO player. Video is just to inform you about ESO, but the choice if you play it or not, it's all up to you. And now, I will leave you to your thoughts and I will leave you to make your choice. I would like to ask you to like or dislike. If you dislike, please tell me what you dislike. Without you telling me this, I will not improve, because I will not know what to improve. Subscribe if you like this video or if you feel like it, and goodbye. Make the best choice for you. Make the best choice for your precious time.